Hi everyone, this video is about Pentecost. Jesus promised the Holy Spirit to the disciples, and we read in Acts chapter 2 verses 1 to 13 all about how the Holy Spirit came to the disciples. So we're now going to watch a video that shows us how this happened.
After Jesus went back to heaven, his friends and helpers were praying together in a big room. Suddenly, something amazing happened. At first, it sounded as if a huge wind were blowing. Next, flames of fire flickered over every person's head. Then God's Spirit came, and everyone began to speak in different languages. This was the gift from God that Jesus had promised his followers. The day that God's Spirit came to Jesus' followers, there were people from many countries in Jerusalem. These people spoke different languages. When they heard Jesus' friends praying, they went to see what the noise was all about. They found Jesus' friends telling about the great things God had done. But they were all surprised to hear it in their own language. They asked, "What does this mean?"
Hi everyone again. Hope you enjoyed that video. Just to say that actually there were women in that room when the Holy Spirit came. So it just shows us that the Holy Spirit is for everyone. And we're grateful that Jesus promises that for us all. Now the Spirit is something that you can't see. So I've made a craft which shows all the different things that we use to try and explain what the Holy Spirit is like. And you can see here we have something that moves with the air, and the Holy Spirit is often described, as it was in that video we saw, as wind. And the wind comes and the wind gives us direction. It blows things, it guides us, and we often say the Holy Spirit is a guide. The second thing we have here is the flames, which we also saw in the video. And fire is very powerful and very strong. And the Holy Spirit can come and give us strength and power when we're feeling perhaps quite weak in what we need to be doing. And the third thing is the dove at the top. Now the dove is often a sign of peace. It comes to us to comfort us when we need comfort, and the Holy Spirit is described as a comforter. So how do we make this hanging to help us to think about the Holy Spirit and the gift of the Holy Spirit at Pentecost? Well, we start with some card. Now, you might have white card, or you might have some coloured card. I'm going to start with the white card. And the first thing we need to do is find something that you've got that will help you to draw a circle. Now, I had a plate. You might have other things, but something about this size. Pop it onto the card and get a nice pen to draw around. Draw around your circle, and there you have a nice circle ready to cut out. So get some nice scissors, and then you start to cut round your circle. And to save time, I've made one already. So there's my nice circle that I can use. Now the second thing you do is to make that lovely spiral shape. So start at the edge and then just go mad and draw a nice spiral going round and round and round to the middle. And then you start to cut that out. Start at the edge and keep going all the way round and round and round and round. And again, I've got one I made earlier. And when you've cut all the way round, just pick up the middle and pull it up. And there you have your spiral. Now I wanted mine to be coloured to make it look more like fire. So I got my orange felt tip, and you need to put, if you're doing your felt tips, you need newspaper or something to go underneath, because felt tip will mark quite easily. And I just started to colour all the way round to make sure it stood out a lot. So just colour, colour, and keep going all the way round. I'll lift it up a bit so you can see. Can you see? And if you keep going and going and going, you'll end up with a nice coloured. If you've got coloured card, of course you don't need to do that. And if you haven't got felt tips, you could use paint. So there you'll have your spiral. Now the next thing we need is your doves. Now you can find all sorts of dove shapes on the internet. So have a look and then print it off, and then you can be ready to put it on your card. Draw around it. Draw around it, and when it's, don't worry if you get a little bit shaky, because when you cut it you can make the mistakes, cut out the mistakes. And there you have your dove shape. Now you need to cut out two, and I'll tell you why you need two, because when you put them together, to start with they'll be much stronger, but when you've decided what you're going to use to hang it up with, you could use string, I use string, or you could use wool, or you could use elastic, whatever you've got handy. When you've decided, and I use string, you want to put the string between the two doves. So put one dove down, put the string straight down, put some prit on the other dove, and again you need something because the prit will go on the table if you're not careful. It's good to have newspaper ready to do all these things on. Put a nice lot of prit on, and then take that dove, stick it over the top so that the string will be glued as well, and the string will keep safe in between the doves, and it will also be something strong to hang up. And then when you finish painting your spiral, you need to, and you might need to ask your mum and dad to do this for you, because you need to prick a hole in the spiral, and then you thread the string through, tie it up, and there you have your spiral. Okay, the last thing that we had the dove bringing us peace and comfort, we had the wind to guide us, and we had the flames. So we need to think about our flames. Now you can make them as you like, but what I did was cut out a shape. Can you see it? Cut out a shape with flames and then draw around it, and I had 8 flames altogether, but again you can have as many as you like. And then when it's ready, you need to take your nice dark pen so that you have a dark shape at the bottom, like a red. If you've got a red, that would be good. And then have a lighter orange next, and just make them like the flames. Colour it in. And then end with a yellow, so it really looks like a flame. Let's put a yellow at the end. And it's best to colour these while they're, before you cut them out, because if you go over the lines a bit, you can cut them so that they're not over the lines. So colour them all in, cut them out, and if you want to do, when you've cut it, on the back as well, which is what I did, but you don't necessarily need to, but when you've cut all of those out, decide where you want to stick them, anywhere you like, and again, Pritt glue or a light glue is all you need. Stick them on, and then you have your Holy Spirit mobile, which you can hang up on the window or in your bedroom, on your light, wherever you like, and it will remind you that the Holy Spirit gives us direction, helps us to know where to go, is a guide, gives us power and strength to live as Christ wants us to live, and gives us peace and comfort as the dove. Now we're going to have a song all about Pentecost, when the Holy Spirit came. And it's about waiting. The disciples were waiting for the promised Holy Spirit. Thank you.
They were waiting, 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 not knowing exactly what to do. They were waiting, 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 not knowing exactly what to do. They were waiting, 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 not knowing exactly what to do. What to do? They were waiting, 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 not knowing exactly what to do. What to do? When suddenly there was a noise, there was a noise from the sky. It sounded like a strong wind, a strong wind very close by. They were waiting, 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 not knowing exactly what to do. They were waiting, 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 not knowing exactly what to do. And then they saw what looked like tongues, tongues of fire, and it touched everyone. The Holy Spirit had arrived in power. No more waiting, 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 waiting. They knew exactly what to do. No more waiting, 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 waiting. They knew exactly what to do. They went out into the streets, told everyone the good news, and everyone understood. The language wasn't confused. No more waiting, 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 waiting. The Holy Spirit had arrived. No more waiting, 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 waiting. The Holy Spirit had arrived. He's a helper, a comforter, and He gives the truth, and He will be with you always. He's a helper and comforter, and He gives the truth, and He will be with you always. No more waiting, 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 waiting. The Holy Spirit has arrived. No more waiting, 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 waiting. The Holy Spirit has arrived. No more waiting, 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 waiting. The Holy Spirit has arrived. No more waiting, 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 waiting. The Holy Spirit has arrived.
So I hope you enjoyed that song. And the good thing is we don't have to wait. The Holy Spirit is with us now, in us, and helping us in everything that we're doing in life. So I hope you enjoy making your hanging to remember the Holy Spirit is a guide, is strength and power for us, and is peace. So see you again soon. Bye.